Hey guys, it's MrAJsTech here, and today I'm going to bring you a review of the new iPad Air. To go ahead and start the review, I'm just going to go ahead and run through the specs. So the device has a 9.7-inch Retina display with 2048 by 1536 resolution, has an A7 chip with a 64-bit architecture, and an M7 motion coprocessor. As for pricing, the base model comes in at $499 with a 16GB going up to $799 with a 128GB model. Now there's also cellular pricing, so you can go ahead and get the cellular starting at $630 going up to $930. Looking at the device itself, you can notice right away that the bezel on the side is very different from the last generation iPad. It's actually very thin and is very much like the iPad mini. Looking at the back, you can see that it's flat, it's aluminum, and it's actually very similar to the iPad mini again. And of course, this device has the new Lightning connector, in which Apple equips all of its newer devices with. Looking at the side, you can see that we have the traditional silent switch, volume up and down. And on the back we have the 5-megapixel camera, which does record in 1080p and also includes all face detection and all the iOS 7 camera features. On the top we have the traditional lock button. Also on the top there's a 3.5mm headphone jack across from the lock button. So here is the iPad Air and the iPad mini. You can see that the design is actually very similar. You can see that they both have the thin bezel and they both have the same kind of style back. Now they also are the same exact thickness as you can see in that picture. One of the best things about the new iPad Air is this all new 64-bit processor, which allows it to boot up faster, load applications faster, and overall using iOS 7 is much fluent and much faster. Now here we are booting up. It does not take very long at all compared to the older iPads. And there we go, we're coming in at about 28 seconds. I stopped it a little bit late, but you can see that it is fairly fast. Do keep in mind though that that is a stock iOS 7. Now here's my iPad 3 64GB, which is on iOS 6, and it did take a significant amount of time. It actually took 57 seconds to boot that up. Along with this new 64-bit processor, gaming is actually a lot better on this new device. Now games that support this new 64-bit processor and the M7 coprocessor, it actually runs very fluently, as you can see in this game where we're just smashing through to get to first place. So basically it's very good for gaming, as good as a mobile device of an iPad can be at gaming. Now it also has a lot of potential in the future. iOS 7 is actually very smooth on the new iPad Air. There's a lot of new features in iOS 7, and here I'm just going through basically just using the device. It's very fluent, doesn't slow down at all, and it just works for pretty much anything you're going to do on your mobile tablet. Overall, the iPad Air gives a very good experience to the user. It's very simple to use. You can browse the web, you can use apps, you can use your social networks, and it's very easy to transport with you. Now, as for the pricing, $499, it's somewhat competitive with the other tablets on the market. However, if you want an iPad, you know where to get an iPad. So I definitely suggest the iPad if you like the Apple devices, you like iOS, you have an iPhone, you can sync all your stuff over to it, and if you're used to using iOS. iOS is very simpler for older people or younger people. It's very easy for people to understand how to use. So I definitely suggest getting the iPad Air or the iPad mini, seeing as they are very similar. If you want an iPad mini, you want a smaller device that you can take with you even easier or using for school, iPad mini is pretty much the same idea. iPad Air is just a little bit bigger for those who want a bigger screen. So overall, I definitely like the iPad Air. It's definitely an improvement over the iPad 3, iPad 4, those devices. So it's definitely really fast. It has decent cameras. So overall, my personal opinion of the iPad Air is that it's definitely an improvement over the last ones, and it's definitely good device for everyone. So as always, be sure to subscribe for more videos. I hope you enjoyed the review, and I hope it helped you decide if you want an iPad Air. If not, be sure to comment down below and tell me what you think. So anyway guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. I'm going to go ahead and unlock. I'm going to click on Cydia, and it's going to ask us what we are. I just click developer because then there are no filters. And there we will see that Cydia is going to be working perfectly.